Alright, what's up guys? Tactics here with another video for you. Today, I want to give you guys 10 highly anticipated JRPG games on my list that are coming out for the remainder of 2024, and I hope you guys are excited for some of these games that I have for you today. But before we get into it, I would really appreciate it if you guys could leave a like on the video and even maybe consider subscribing for more content like this. It really does help me out a lot. Thanks again. And with that, let's get straight to it. Starting off with number 10. We have a game that maybe not a lot of people are that familiar with, but it's starting to get a little bit of traction, which is Trails Through Daybreak. Now, to give you guys a little bit of a synopsis on the game, its features are a streamlined battle system from its predecessor, which seamlessly transitions from field battles to command-based turn battles, as well as the LGC alignment system, which allows players to change their characters' 3 unique attributes, being Law, Gray, and Chaos, which influences their status, the forces they fight with or even against, and also how the story itself plays out. Now, I have never played any of the Trail games, but I can't deny that this is right up my alley. I will be picking this up on day 1, and well, who knows? This could very well be the game that gets me into the Trails series, but what do you guys think about Trails Through Daybreak? Alright, next on the list guys, we've got a bit of a favorite of mine that's getting a PC version coming out on the 17th of July, which is Riviera: The Promised Land. And for those who don't really know much about this game, I'll give a quick little background summary of it, which is, as it says, Hector, who is one of the 7 Magi, the Grim Angel Ian and his familiar Rose, along with another Grim Angel named Lada, all head to Riviera in an island floating in Asgard. On the way, Ursula, the guardian of Riviera, appears and is thwarted by the Grim Angel's intrusion. Ian, whose memories were sealed by Ursula's attack, wakes up in Eladia, where the spirits live. He meets other characters that help him out on his journey, all of them being, well, pretty cute anime girls, leading to some pretty interesting interactions between them. Now, I've played this game back in the day, and I think it was a pretty good treat to play. I gotta say, it was pretty decent. I never actually finished the game for some reason, but I hope that I can change things after the PC version comes out. Not sure why they didn't use the GBA sprites for the characters though. They look kind of weird when you see it, but I think I'll still wind up picking it up and trying it again. But what do you guys think about Riviera: The Promised Land? Alright, now coming in at number 8, we've got Tokyo Xanadu EX Plus. Now, this first launched on the PS4 back in September in Japan a while back, which eventually did come to other platforms worldwide later. Unfortunately though, the Switch version got delayed from last year to this year of the 25th of July. Now, the game has a revamped localization of the story, and also some new scenarios, playable characters, monsters, dungeons, and even have a lot of new bosses and a boss rush mode. Honestly, I recently just kind of heard about this. It kind of came out of left field, so I don't know a whole lot about it, but the gameplay looks really fun. The characters look very interesting, and yeah, overall might be something that a lot of people would like. Alright, next on the list is one where I'm sure needs no introductions, but I'm gonna give it to you guys anyways, being Visions of Mana, coming out on the 29th of August across all platforms. This game is going to be without a doubt the biggest release of the summer. And I really do think it is a very strong choice too, before we head into the fall and the holiday season with some of the other heavy hitters that I have on my list. It is another action RPG, but I just know that the gameplay is going to be amazing, and the visuals just look stunning. I mean, I'm really looking forward to this one, guys. But what about you? Is your excitement through the roof on this one just like me? Let me know down in the comments. Alright, coming in at number 6 guys, we've got Metaphor Fantasia. Now, I have seen some gameplay of this game, but I didn't know much beyond that. So after doing a little bit of digging, I learned about what the setting of the game is about, and it reads like this. It says, the capital of the kingdom of Uchronia, which is where the game takes place, is a city where many people come and go and various tribes live. The well-maintained streets and bustling markets give an impression of splendor. In the world of this game, the gap between rich and poor and discrimination are widespread, even here in the rural capital. Various problems have arisen, and it seems that more than just a few people are living with anxiety. So, since this game stems from the Atlas, who are known for having their games be, centered more around mature themes, I can see this game having some pretty deep story beats and some unique characters, all with their own problems for you to solve. Outside of the, the usual monster slaying or monster taming that you would see in other Atlas games. Definitely a game though to consider as it comes out on the 11th of October. At number 5, we've got Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven. Now this game is a pleasant surprise from the Nintendo Direct. Coming out on October 24th, I have heard that a lot of the Romancing Saga games have never looked this good, and the gameplay has never been better. So this one is another one of those games that I have never really played or seen, but just the thought of trying out something completely new gets my JRPG love and spirit jumping for joy, man. I don't really have much else to say about this one. It's just, it comes out in October, and yeah, I just can't wait to get my hands on this one as well. But what do you guys think about Romancing Saga 2 Revenge of the Seven? Now this next game may seem like a very unusual game out of the blue, but I think it is still worth a try, and that's being Elin Taurus Wanderings. The game depicts the relationships and adventures between characters from two intertwining worlds. The protagonist may even develop romantic relationships with them depending on how they spend their time together. So it definitely has that sort of like Ruin Factory sort of feel to it, even with the character designs from Ruin Factory 4 and 5. I do like the Ruin Factory games a lot since it does add a little bit of action to the whole farming sim thing. That's one of the reasons why I don't think I could ever get into like the Harvest Moon series or whatever it's called nowadays, because it just kind of lacked that sort of action, sort of RPG sort of element to it. So despite the farming sim aspect of this, just slap some RPG gameplay onto it and now you've got my attention. But yeah, speaking of action, we have another action JRPG here in the form of Ys 10 Nordics, and I do believe that the X stands for 10. I think this is the 10th installment. But anyways, yet again, another game I'm trying to get into. To be fair, I am a bit of an old school when it comes to a lot of RPG games with the whole turn-based system instead of the more flashier action-packed RPGs. But I won't deny that I like the ship mechanic where you can control a ship and have boats, like a boat war against enemies and stuff. As for the characters themselves, they look very colorful and just very great designs, and the combat on land also looks very good and fluid. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about the game as it comes out in the fall on, the English version comes out in the fall for the Switch, PC, and the PlayStation systems. Now these last two may not come off as a shock, with number 2 being Mario and Luigi Brothership. Yes, that's right baby, the Mario Bros are back with a new coat of paint, looking better than ever mind you. We get to see that the core gameplay hasn't really changed much with the bro attacks and the many crazy moves that these two guys can perform when they are together. But man, I wish I had a twin brother that I can pull off some of these crazy moves like them. Just look at some of these silly looking things that they do. It just, I don't know. Like whenever I see it, just makes me chuckle a little bit. But are you guys as excited as I am to see the brothers back in action as it comes out on November 7th? But last but certainly not least, we've got Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake. Man, that is still a mouthful to say. But anyways, we've seen a lot of footage of this game since it was revealed a while back, and what's more exciting is that we now know that the entire Eldritch series will also be coming to the Switch in the HD 2D format. Many old heads like myself will get to enjoy this nostalgic childhood classic, while those who have never really played it will get to experience it in a new light. Either way, it's going to be a very fun experience for everyone to enjoy as this game comes out on November the 14th. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Are you guys excited for anything on this list? And if so, let me know down in the comments below. And sorry if it's taken so long for a new video to come out. I've kind of been contemplating on how I want this channel to look for people, while still also maintaining that key element centered around RPGs and JRPGs and stuff like that, and also kind of working around my day job as well. But anyways, if you like this kind of content, be sure to hit that like button for me and subscribe if you're feeling even more generous. Either way, I appreciate it all the same, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.